Welcome back to Old School, New School, episode 16.
Oh, I'm Scott and I'm old school.
I'm Chester and I'm New School.
Okay, we're about halfway through.
Yep.
We are halfway through the season,
Yeah.
which is insane that we've been playing for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
We've not been playing.
They've been playing.
Players have been playing. First, let's talk about where we are in our weekly picks.
All right.
You're doing quite well. What is your record?
86 and 36.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
really good. I'm not doing as well. I am 71 and 51.
Wow.
Which is better than I was before, but still, you're 15 games up on me.
I am.
So good job for you, and I'm coming for you in the second half.
You
of
sure
the
about
season.
that?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Okay. Our first topic is our mid-season report, talking about how different teams are doing, and what our expectations were at the beginning of the season, and where we're at now. So,
All right.
what's the first team you want to talk about?
I'm going to go with the green and gold. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. They have honestly surprised me. I thought they were going to have a worse record than 500 when all the Aaron Rodgers drama came out.
And after the first game.
Yeah, and after the first game, they got destroyed, and they have just showed me that they seem like an actual team. Like that game against Arizona, they did not have many people.
No.
Matt LaFleur coached that game great, and I think they have exceeded my expectations. What's your team?
Well, let me just say one thing. I think they also benefit from being in a division that isn't very good right now.
Yeah.
The Vikings stink, the Bears stink,
Yeah.
and the Lions really stink.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, they're playing great. I'm going to talk about the Buffalo Bills, and I am going to talk about how I'm a little disappointed in the Buffalo Bills.
Me too.
They were supposed to be this juggernaut,
Mhm.
and they kind of aren't. They're kind of just plodding along.
Yeah, really.
Now, granted, the AFC in general seems to be quite down, but I
Yeah.
expected more out of this team.
Yeah.
I expected them to be putting up 35, 40
Yeah.
points a game,
I thought they were
good
an
defense.
offensive juggernaut, like you said.
Yeah, so that's I'm just like, maybe they'll pick it up in the second half of the season.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
But we'll see how it goes. So Buffalo Bills, get your act together.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your next team?
I'm going to go with Cleveland. I thought after that playoff win against the Steelers and their heroic game against the Chiefs, I thought they might, I thought they'd be doing good. I understand that they don't have Baker, but, my opinion, Baker is a bit overrated. And I think that team is a bit overrated, too. I think they had a decent season last year, but right now, they do not look like even a playoff contender. They look like wild card outs.
That last game
Yeah.
against the Steelers did not look pretty. Okay, so that's what you got?
Yeah.
That's Cleveland?
Let's hear the last one.
My next one is going to be the entire AFC West.
All right.
We've talked about
Yes.
several times how Kansas City's down, and after last night's game,
Yeah.
there's nothing
Exactly.
nothing to be happy
Yeah.
about with that team if you're a Chiefs fan. So they're down. We thought the Chargers were really
Yeah.
good. They've kind of fallen back, it seems like people are starting to figure out Justin Herbert, how to play against him. The Raiders have the best record in the division.
Which is crazy.
It's Raiders, so there's always turmoil.
Yeah.
It's always crazy. But the whole John Gruden thing, maybe that helped them a little bit.
Yeah, because he was a pretty bad coach.
Well, and just to clear
Yeah.
whatever bad
the
vibes were going on
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
And Denver stinks and just
Yeah.
traded Von Miller. So they've given up.
Yeah.
They have officially given up.
They're in rebuild mode.
They are officially
Tank and rebuild mode.
in rebuild mode. I think it was one of those divisions that everybody thought, wow, it's going to be a fun division to watch, and it's kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
There's no team in the AFC without that every team has at least 2 losses.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
there's not a dominant team in that division, which may make it fun for the playoffs.
That's true.
But yeah, it's just interesting. And your last.
I'm gonna talk about Cincinnati. I don't know. How are you gonna like? I think they're a good team, but they have flaws, and I think they have a lot of flaws. That defense isn't very good.
Boy, did
The
they look
run
terrible.
defense
They
is
looked,
also
they looked
pretty
terrible
bad.
against the Jets.
Yeah.
They just looked awful.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, they seem like they understand like bigger teams, but I feel like they did that thing where they had the one big division win against Baltimore, and they were like, "Oh, we're way better than this Jets team. We're not going to go in it with much effort," and then they lose.
It seems like we see it every week.
Yeah.
Like a team gets propped up,
Yeah.
like Cincinnati's here, and then they lay an egg the next game.
Yeah, really.
All right, so is that it? That's our midseason report.
I think that's our midseason
I think
report.
it's a funny, weird season.
It really is.
I think it's kind of wide open. I think the NFC is a stronger.
Yes, I actually I will agree with you too.
But we'll see what happens in the second half. You never know. This could be one of those years that some 500 team all of a sudden takes off. Like they get a bunch of people back that were injured.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and it could make it really fun. Like I'm okay without there being a dominant team.
Yeah.
As long as unless that dominant team is the Packers.
Exactly.
And then it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so halfway through the season, and we don't know much.
Yep. Not much actually.
So on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Our next topic is the cool thing, and we got one this week. What's the cool thing?
We went and saw the James Bond movie. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was good too. I haven't seen a James Bond movie in a long time.
It was long.
It was long. They had to tie up a lot of loose ends.
Yeah.
Lots of good action.
Definitely. That's what I like.
Yeah, I know you. Good story. We won't spoil it.
Yep. No spoilers here.
But I guess we'll say 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for
2 thumbs up. 10 out of 10
for the James Bond movie. I also went to see Dune, which I thought was great, but I'm not sure. I thought it was awesome. Anyway, on to our last thing, and that's Thursday's night's game. It's a bit of a stinker.
Yeah.
Disappointing Colts team.
Yep. Versus
And an always disappointing Jets team.
Jets team.
I guess I'm just going to go with the Colts. I'm not going to talk too much about it.
I'll go with the Colts.
I mean, again, the Jets played out of their minds. Everything fell the right way for them against the Cincinnati team that wasn't ready to play. But Colts.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
peace.
Peace out already? Don't come at us in the comments.
Don't come at us in the comments. Peace.